Next question is independence of judiciary. Analyze the status and position of National Judicial Commission in India. Judiciary is fundamental to democracy, ensures checks and balances on power, protects fundamental rights of citizens, safeguards the constitutional principles, plays a crucial role in governance. Independence ensures impartial decision making, prevents political influence on decisions. Article 50 of Indian Constitution. Judicial independence is a core value essential for upholding the rule of law. Judicial appointments should be unbiased. The executive shouldn't control judiciary. Separation of powers is key. Accountability ensures judicial responsibility. Judicial independence strengthens democracy. The National Judicial Commission debated NJC seeks transparency in appointments. Various commissions have suggested reforms. Judicial appointments are a contentious issue. The NJC is seen as solution. Independence of judiciary in India. Judiciary must remain independent. Separation of powers principle essential. Article 124 provides judicial appointments. Judges should be free from influence. Judicial accountability ensures transparency. Collegium system evolved for appointments. Judicial review ensures constitutional supremacy. Judicial independence guarantees fair trials. Independence protects democracy and freedoms. Judiciary acts as a guardian. Political neutrality is a judgments is crucial. No interference from executive branches. Judges can rule against government. Courts have the final say. Judges are not subject to removal. Supreme Court protects judicial independence. High Court judges are also protected. Security of tenure for judges. Judicial immunity prevents undue pressure. Separation of powers fosters fairness. National Judicial Commission (NJC) proposes to reform judicial appointments aimed to ensure transparency and fairness, recommended by Justice Verma Committee. Key to depolitizing judicial appointments provides for an independent commission led by Chief Justice of India, includes senior judiciary members, aims to minimize executive influence, should ensure appointments based on merit, requires consensus for judicial appointments, aim to reduce nepotism in judiciary. Suggestions for improving judicial system reforms include inclusive and diverse appointments, ensures public confidence in judiciary, proposes checks on judicial overreach, provides balanced representation of judiciary, suggests reforms to judicial accountability, emphasizes transparency in the selection process, encourages reforms in judicial education, proposes the establishment of a commission. Key case laws in judicial independence. Again, it's Keshavananda Bharti versus State of Kerala landmark judgment on basic structure. Supreme Court upheld judicial independence, judiciary role in upholding constitution. Constitution can be amended arbitrarily. Executive can't interfere with judiciary. Basic structure doctrine emerged here. Separation of powers emphasized. Judicial independence is an unalterable principle. Parliament cannot alter judiciary's structure. Judiciary protects fundamental rights. Keshavananda is a cornerstone case. Basic structure can't be changed, protects rights of judiciary's independence, secures constitutional safeguards for judges, limits parliament its power over judiciary. This case defines Indian constitution. Fundamental rights and judiciary are interlinked. Supreme Court advocates on record association versus Union of India. First case challenging collegium system reaffirmed judicial independence through collegium. Judges are final authority on appointments. Courts' independence in judicial appointments constitutional. Article 124 clarified here legislature cannot interfere with appointments. Exclusion of executive power affirmed, emphasized separation of powers principles, rejected government's dominance over judiciary, reaffirmed judiciary's right to self regulate, rejected the NJC proposal at the time, strengthened the collegial's authority, judicial appointments solely with judiciary, secures transparency and accountability in decisions, no external influence over judges, reinforced independence in appointments process. Court defended separation of powers, significance of independence upheld here, strengthened checks and balances systems, protects judiciary from executive overreach. Second, judges cage strengthen collegium systems in India, clarified judicial appointments process. Chief Justice of India pivotal. Supreme Court maintains constitutional primacy. Executive must consult judiciary thoroughly. Judicial independence emphasized in appointments. Ruling ensures impartial appointments fair. Led to more robust collegium system. Collegium's recommendations must be honored. Cabinet's role in appointments explained. Constitutional proprietary upheld by judiciary. National interest considered in appointments. Emphasized role of judiciary's autonomy. Established checks on executive's power. Process of judicial appointments detailed sets precedents for future appointments, stressed importance of merit-based section selection, affirmed need for consequent consensus in judiciary case, protects judiciary from interference, reinforced independence of judicial process. Third judge's case expanded the collegium system, allowed for judicial consensus in appointments. President must act on collegium's advice. Judicial appointments emphasized through collegium. Independence in appointments process sustained, ensured non-interference from other branches, clarified Chief Justice's dominant role. All judicial appointments require collegium input system designed to promote transparency. Appointment of judges through merit case strengthened judicial accountability principles, provided for broader participation in selection. Judiciary's independence protected here explicitly. President, bound by collegium's decisions, set procedures for judicial appointments, limited executives' control over judiciary, safeguarded the judiciary's selection autonomy, defined roles of different branches precisely, promoted transparency, integrity in appointments, enhanced the role of judicial independence. National Judicial Commission in India, NJC, aims for judicial reforms. It seeks transparency in appointments, prevents political interferences in appointments, ensures independence in judiciary appointments, proposes a balanced decision making body, involves both judiciary and executive, enhances accountability in judicial system, replaces the existing collegial system, promotes merit based judicial appointments. National Judicial Commission faces resistance. Status and position of NJC faced judicial opposition. Act passed in 2014, struck down by Supreme Court, restored in 2015. Judicial appointments remain within judiciary. Executive power over appointments limited. Constitutionality of NJAC challenge successfully restored judicial independence after 2015. Debate over reform continues today. Judicial autonomy remains central issue. Important case: Supreme Court's advocates on record association. NJAC Act passed in 2014. Supreme Court declared NJAC unconstitutional, reaffirmed collegium system's primacy. Judicial appointments remain judiciary controlled, limited executive interference in appointments. independence of judiciary, upheld presidential appointments aligned with collegium, rejected executive dominance in judiciary, preserved judiciary's role in appointments. 14th constitutional amendment case, subcommittee on judicial accountability focused on judicial accountability issues, based balance between accountability and independence, explored reforms in judicial system, addressed transparency in judicial appointments, provided insights for NJC reforms, emphasized judicial responsibility with autonomy, highlighted need for judicial integrity, advocated for more systematic reforms, linked accountability with judicial reforms. Examples of attempts to implement NJC: 2014 NJC Act passed, challenged and struck down in 2015. Verma Committee recommended NJC reforms aimed at transparency, fairness, need for inclusive appointment system, political interference in judiciary prevented, improved judicial selection process, proposed executive and judiciary collaboration, suggested NJC replace executive centric system, colloquium system continued post NJAC. Conclusion: NJC proposal remains controversial today. Judicial independence remains constitutional priority. Debate over judicial reforms persisted. Executive involvement in appointments limited. NJC aimed at just judicial fairness, judicial controls, judicial appointments processes. NJC emphasized transparency in appointments, colloquial system still in place, judicial independence upheld through rulings. NJC proposal needs further discussion. Independence of judiciary is paramount. Separation of powers ensures fairness. Judicial review ensures constitutional governance. Judiciary is the protector of rights. Judicial independence ensures checks and balances. NJC proposal seeks better transparency. Judicial accountability ensures ethical conduct. Collegial system ensures balanced appointments. Judicial independence protects democratic values. Politics should never influence judiciary. Court safeguards the constitutional integrity. Reforming judicial appointments is crucial. Independence prevents executive overreach. A functional NJC will be beneficial. Indian judiciary independence must remain. Transparency strengthens the public's trust. Judicial reforms should prioritize fairness. Separation of powers must be preserved. Public confidence in judiciary is essential. Judiciary role in democracy must remain unchanged.